Hi, Elliot here. Welcome to the Power of Mysticism. So many of us are ready, fully ready, to leave behind the 3D constraints and limitations. And at the same time, so many of us have old remnants of habits that are sort of sticking around a little bit. So on the one hand, we've got this yearning and this longing and this knowingness about how we're ready to move forward into a whole new experience of the world with so much more power and able to give the gifts that we came on earth to give. And then on the other hand, there's still the remnants, just the remnants of the old habits. And that's the encouraging news, is that it is just the remnants. That's the good news. Yeah, the habits are ready to be let go of as well. The remnants are ready to go away. For me, the habit that has been persisting is the habit of downplaying and dismissing the incredible power of the unseen realm. I had an angel come to me about a year ago telling me to stop buying lottery tickets. I didn't know it the first time. I thought it was just some guy wearing farm-like clothing who was just happened to be at the gas station at that moment and who decided to tell me not to buy any tickets. And then the next day at a different location, the same guy in the same clothing showed up again. It wasn't until a couple minutes after that encounter that I realized, oh my goodness, that was an angel. And the thing is that I continued to buy lotto tickets. And it was partly just the addiction, of course, that was really in the driver's seat. At the same time, if I hadn't allowed myself to have reverence and awe and really accept and embrace the power of being able to go into a human body and just the whole event of that I think that could have gotten me out of the habit and out of the addiction and out of the being stuck and constrained by the 3D world and letting that be what I was voting for. That is what I was leaning into, was the 3D world, instead of taking the moment to just breathe in the miracle that I had been presented with. And since then, I have embraced the power of the unseen realm much more. And so that's behind me now. But there still continues to be perhaps some of that, I don't know, in other respects. Yeah, in terms of really fully embracing the power to manifest, it's still a remnant in terms of money. So, however, what I've discovered is that whenever the worry about money comes up, I can just give it to God. And that is what I think Marianne Williamson may have. It's one of the ways in which we can lean into God. Marianne Williamson was saying a few years ago something about how the soul is always leaning on something, either on addictions or either, maybe it was a broader term than that, I don't remember for sure, but either on the world or something less than the unseen, or on the leaning on the unseen realm, one or the other. And I have found out that leaning on the unseen realm can look like giving things to God, and I'm doing that in my quiet time. It's one of the things I do when I'm just sort of not really meditating, but just having time to sit in quiet. And at that time, I can just give all of my worries to God. I can put them in Kuan Yin's hands and watch them be transmuted into light, or Jesus's hands, or Ganesha's hands, or whatever. And that's very powerful. That's what's wonderful about the power of mysticism, is that it is our direct relationship with God. That's what mysticism is all about. And when we tap into that relationship and the power of that relationship, anything is possible. Anything is possible. That's all I have for today, and I look forward to the next one.